the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Sion. Today we finished Pesachim and we started Shekalim. I want to talk today about the last Mishnah, Pesachim. The Mishnah says, "Pesach achar chatzos mitame yadayim." Pesach achar chatzos mitame yadayim. Like the Mishnah continues, because it's nosar after chatzos. You only have until chatzos to eat the Karban Pesach, and therefore it's nosar afterwards. It's meat that passed the expiration date, and it's mitame. The Rabbanan goes there tuma on the yadayim, so you shouldn't eat nosar. Eating nosar is a problem. It's just a doraisa. So there goes there tuma on the yadayim, so you shouldn't come to eat nosar. Now, this Mishnah is a machlokas. It's really subject to machlokas because Mesachas Brachos, Mesachas Pesachim, it talks about how long you have to eat the Karban Pesach. Our Mishnah clearly follows the opinion they have only until Chatzos. After Chatzos, it's nosar. But according to the other opinion, to machlokas Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Lazar, the other opinion says no, that you have until the morning, until dawn, to eat the Karban Pesach. So, if you think about it, right, when we have the Seder nowadays, everyone makes sure to eat the Afikomen before Chatzot. They try, not everyone's successful. Why the Afikomen before Chatzot? The Afikomen really is in place, the matzah we eat is in place of the Karban Pesach. That's why we eat the Karban Pesach. So it's to make sure you eat the Karban Pesach before Chatzot. Now, not everyone is makbid on this. Not everyone is careful about this. They have these long Magid Seders where they go Magid for like 3 hours. Sometimes they eat the Afikomen, they're Chatzos, which is a problem according to this Mishnah, which is the Stam Mishnah over here. It seems to be the halacha isn't up to Chatzos. So what do you do with that? So I would like to suggest that even though it seems that the Mishnah and the halacha seems to follow that you have until Chatzos, it's only talking about the Karban Pesach, when you have the Karban Pesach, right? As I mentioned yesterday in Iyun Sion, there's really two different mitzvos. When the Beis HaMikdash is around, you have the Karban Pesach. That's a zman of cheres. The Beis HaMikdash, we had the Beis HaMikdash, we're close to the Shechina. We have derech cheres. So derech cheres dictates that I want to eat, right? You can't eat from Erev Pesach from Teisha Shos Ulamala, right? You can't eat anything. You can only eat fruits and vegetables. So you're going to be very hungry. So if you want to be like a king, you're going to be very hungry. You're not going to wait so long during Makkah. You're going to eat the Karban Pesach before Chatzos. Otherwise, you're going to be very hungry, right? You don't want to torture the person. It has to be derech cheres. So in time of Beis HaMikdash, they had the Karban Pesach, they made sure to eat it for Chatzos. However, the time they left Mitzrayim, right? And nowadays we have Galus, right? And when they left Egypt, also they were partially in Galus, they were partially enslaved. They were leaving in the morning they left. And nowadays we don't have the Beis HaMikdash. There's an element, a different mitzvah. The mitzvah of matzah is not to accompany the Karban Pesach. The mitzvah of matzah is like Rabbi Gamliel said. It's a remembrance that when we left Mitzrayim, that we didn't have time to bake the bread, to let it rise. So it's it's lechem oni. Nowadays it's called lechem oni. It's a bread of affliction, bread of poverty. So it could be that nowadays we paskin that really you have until the morning. You have until the morning to eat. It's not about derech cheres anymore. We're not concerned about derech cheres. We don't have the Beis HaMikdash anymore. So the mitzvah of matzah is not associated with derech cheres. Maybe the dalat kosos are. But the mitzvah of matzah is no longer associated with derech cheres, and therefore eating afikomen, right? Even when you're hungry, you could eat it. It could be lechem oni. You're afflicted. You have magid for 12 hours, not for 12 hours, 7 hours. At 3 o'clock in the morning, you can have your matzah for afikomen because nowadays, without the Beis HaMikdash, it's really called lechem oni. There's no problem of being tortured and not being very hungry and eating your meal much later. So that's why it could be that in the time of the Beis HaMikdash we paskin until chatzos because Pesach has to be derech cheres. But when there's no Karban Pesach, then it's lechem oni. It's a different mitzvah of matzah, and therefore it could be affliction. It's called lechem oni, the bread of affliction. So it could be paskin that you have, like the other manda amar, that you really have until the morning to eat the matzah, to fulfill the mitzvah of matzah on the night of Pesach. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in the next one.